All right, so two things are happening right now. This is an unboxing of a thing that I unboxed last time, but I lost the footage because my SSD crashed. I bought the same thing, and I'm gonna do it now. Also, I changed the white balance on the camera to be 4500, which is a fixed ISO white balance instead of auto, because everything was too blue in the preview. And I'm probably gonna forget when it comes nighttime here and the sun isn't out, it's gonna look like absolute shit. I'll try to remember to change the white balance. Anyway, this is my second Iota Watt, which this is gonna be an interesting unboxing because I could actually whip out the details. So I have this installed in my house already. The other one cost me with all the parts about $300 something. This is about $260 because it was less parts. But well, like it comes in a bag, like a Subway sandwich. I don't know if there's anything, if this company ever went out of business, I don't know if you could ever actually find another thing that is like this. I don't know if it exists. So you have to buy, I'm dying. You have to buy very specific power supplies from them separately because it needs a 9-volt AC that powers the unit specifically. And you also need, oh God damn it, a USB thing. And they tell you don't use a phone charger one. You need to have a linear USB power supply thing. And it has to be USB micro. So you buy this from them. So that's like $10 and it's like $5. Switching power supply, 5 volt, 1 amp max, yeah. Because the unit here, if you don't know what an Iota Watt is, it's the thing that tells me what my electrical usage is in the house. And let me see if do I have the tab open? I do. So here it's currently updating, it's 11 a.m., this is correct. Here are all the things that the current one that I have in my basement is hooked up to. And the green line here is total power and the blue line here is other. So this is everything the power company is seeing a load on is the green line. And you can see here's 4,000 watts. So we've bumped above 4,000 watts. And that's just my whole house. And that's the mini split in my bedroom now, which is also on the other circuit. Now other is all lights. Basically, front and rear air conditioner, my well pump, the septic pump, my basement water heater and lights are on that. My HVAC fans are both on one circuit. My jacuzzi bidet, I really can like rescue that one. I don't need to track it. We just hooked it up to everything that was in my box that I thought I could, you know, that would be fun to watch. My garage is a 220 line out there, so that's why there's two of them. My double oven is another thing I could totally get rid of because I don't need to track that. Steam generator, well, fun to watch it hit 11,000 watts when I turn it on. Not necessary. My home theater and the NAS are on one circuit. The garage, these are now after that. Once you go up there, those are the units. These are the math you put together to say, okay, how much has the garage used? So it combines the both leads of the garage. So if I put that on and I click the fill here, you can see that there's a little purple line on the bottom. That's my garage usage, which is nearly nothing. And then it bumps up a little bit and then it's off again. And that's, you know what that is? That's the refrigerator I have in there. Apparently the refrigerator has to turn on occasionally still, even though it's 30 degrees out. So this allows you to track and you could view not just 6 hours, but as far back as you want. You could do this year to date. So I actually installed it August 7th when Buddy went missing. And you could see my electrical usage, all the air conditioners in August, then down to September, and you could switch it and it'll show you specifically. My garage has used on average 170 watts because I don't put the air conditioners on there. But it's used a total of 496 kilowatt hours for the garage since installing it in July. And then the sum integral for the entire house is 9 megawatts. So now, Zeos, if you have all that shit being tracked, why'd you get another one? Because mini splits. Because all my air conditioning and heating are going to switch over to the units in individual rooms. There's going to be 6 of them. And trying to track the one in my bedroom on the other circuit, which is just things that aren't tracked, to put it in other is fucking impossible. Because it's like you're trying to see, is it using 20 watts or 120 watts or 220 watts or 520 watts? Because your computer, it's encoding video, so that jumped up another 100 watts. And it's like you can't, the more you could separate it out, the better you could track it, the better you could understand. This is all about understanding what's using power in my house and why and when and how, and can I stop it? Like, I didn't know this. Did you know this? But I have an electric dryer in here. See this nice Bosch electric dryer? Not the newest thing on the block. It's from like pre-2010. Every time I turn this on, it draws 5,000 watts for a solid 30 minutes before it then starts doing oscillating like up and down, like 5,000 watts on, 5,000 watts off. Holy shit. I used to just run it for 20 extra minutes when my clothes were dry. Just like, oh, I gotta fold them now, but it's been in there since yesterday. Just run the 5,000 fucking watt. Fuck. I put on 4.5 hair dryers or 3.5 hair dryers. You would never put on 3.5 hair dryers because it's money. Anyway, so this will both make you understand and make you afraid to use your electrical. Actually, no, the opposite in certain cases. Like all my lights, and I have a lot of lights. They don't matter. If I run my dryer one time less a week, I can leave all my lights on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All the lights in this house total up to like 1,200 watts. That's all the lights in the house. And if I just put on like the ones that all these turn off the lights in the kitchen, you're not in it, fuck it. Who gives a shit? They're LED, let them run. They use nothing. I know that fucking 7,000 watts gets pulled off my goddamn air conditioning units. 7,500 watts to cool this house when they're both on. It's something to think about. We're going to see how much it takes when I put the mini splits on though. So here's what you need. Here's the main box. Your 9 volt goes in here, your USB goes in here, and there's an LED indicating. You get 14 plugs, which you had to use multiple for the first one where you're tracking the mains and the big units out. You got to use multiple for that. So now with this one, I will actually have an individualized 14 circuits. You need these two things, and then in here, in like the drug bag, are these things. And I bought, I think, 10 of them. I'm not even gonna take them out. They're all exactly the same. The other time I bought slightly larger ones. This is a 50 amp tracker. So what you do is you pop open this little door and you put it around one of the leads in your electrical panel. You can't plug it into like your plug. Like you can't just go to the wall and be like, I'm gonna put this around the wire and the thing. No. These have to be inside your electrical panel because they need to have only the hot lead that's going across. So you'd have to take your wire, like if you wanted to track my coffee maker, I have to split the wires apart and put it just around the positive lead, close it down, and then this will track it. Then you plug it in with a 3.5 millimeter, which you, by the way, can extend these with just 3.5 millimeter. Really nice cables. So I bought 10 of these, this and that. This was like $270. And it's not gonna show up here. That's the other issue is these things are assigned an IP address. So there's 190. Because it literally is just broadcasting onto my network. And it could be read, and I could use this with Home Assistant when I have the screens here. And I could be like, put on my AC, and they're right next to it. If I could pull the data from this and say, you really want to turn this on? Because you've used this many watts so far. So it's going to be super fucking cool for home integration. But there's going to be a completely different IP address. So I won't add to this list. I'll have to switch between 2 different tabs and trackings. But at least I'll be able to know. And by the way, down here are also some AC reference 13 and 14. I'm not sure how those work. You just need the 9 volt reference. You could do other references. This thing is wild. Intertech, Iota Watt. Pasta, IoTaWatt.com. No affiliate link or anything. Just a fucking cool piece of equipment that should honestly be built into houses so that you just know what the fuck's like kids' rooms. You could have Mindy's room and Bobby's room. And Mindy fucking leaves her fucking hairdryer running 14 hours. You could be like, hey, usage from your room is up the last 4 hours. What are you doing in there? Jimmy's just leaving his computer fucking idling on goddamn Just Cause 7. And it's just 7,000 watts. I wouldn't yell about that. But it's like, it's nice to know. It's a knowledge thing. So this actually got here real fast. I ordered it like 4 days ago. And shit just fucking boomed right here. Actually, there's the price. This unit itself is $240. Here, let's look at the thing. I ordered it December 3rd. It's currently December 6th. What? December 5th. That was even faster than I thought. Yeah, $240 for the kit. And then these two things were $15 for that and $10 for that. My bad. So I spent $25 extra on these things. And then each of the things was $9.10. So that's not bad. Now, if you need bigger ones, they're a little bit more expensive, but they never get more than like $15 for like a 200 amp monster one for like putting on the actual main circuits of the house. But nothing else in my house. Not even the big 36,000 mini split is going to use more than 50 amps. That's a lot. 50 amps is a fucking lot. So yeah, no, I'm going to be doing my tracking. $274.09. $9 shipping it was with that. It was $265 plus $9.09 shipping. So yeah, no, it's cool. And you could try the only thing you can't do is you can't like read this when you're away from the house. It's only local. So they don't have like a host. And if I dragged, let's see if I dragged like here, it'll zoom in on that. Give it a second. I just dragged like an entire month. So yeah, now we could turn on, let's see if we want to shut off garage and other. There's my total power. Let's just look at, what I like to do is the HVAC fans, because it'll scale. And then if we put this back to options and fill. So this is the entire month of October and shit. And the thing is, I don't just have HVAC fans on HVAC. This is actually my dehumidifiers on that circuit as well. But you could see every time it turns on and off. Like you can get down to like the nittiest gritty of like 11 o'clock, 11:30, 12, 12:31. It's like I am doing things in the base. You could see it. And it's using 500 watts every time it turns on. But hopefully with the mini split, I wouldn't have to run a separate dehumidifier. Anyway, my nose is running. I'm gonna go check out Iota Watt, and hopefully you can check out my sponsors for Pioneer Mini Split Spots. I'll link that as well. Cool, cool, cool. I'm cold. By the way, when the guy from Triangle was like, hey, we have these new Borea self-powered, and I'm like, towers? I thought they had Borea self-powered towers, but Fluence has self-powered towers. Triangle does not. A set of self-powered Triangle towers? It's fucking... It's in my tool drawer. I have a tool drawer. There's staples I gotta pull out of that. Yes. These came out of a West German Saab. And I know that because it says VBW Wagon 2Gs West Germany. Not Germany. West Germany. It's like pulling teeth out of your enemy or your mistress. You gotta break the tape, and you gotta get in there, and you gotta really get in there. Like, oh, give me those fucking teeth, you bitch. Those copper. Like, can I sell those? You guys just missed the crawling eye happening outside. That's an old classic. Okay. I don't know how much these would go for, and I know the last Triangle self-powered speakers, the last two sets, were the LN01As, aka the Arias, or not the Arias. What the fuck were they called? The LN01As were called the Alaras. They were called the Alaras. This is how you know it's a speaker company that's making this, and not like a not speaker company, because they're using just speaker wire between the two, in white no less. We've got some Sun Padao batteries for our remote control. Oh, there's a loudness feature. I am literally a glutton of speakers at this moment. I guess I'll put the batteries in after the thing. Treble bass, equalizer, reset, source, volume up and down, left and right, play, pause, dimmer. All the things that were missing from that $1,000 set of fucking air pulse. Look, my thumb is right on the volume. I can do track change. Bluetooth on a speaker. I want to be able to change it with my remote. I feel vindicated in giving the, what's it called, a pretty harsh review. The AirPulse A100s, they missed the mark. In sound too, like the treble was perfect, but there's no bass, motherfucker. Get like a speaker that big and not have a bit like a bwomp bwomp. Regular power cord. There's apparently two of these. Small and large. I'm assuming this is the small. This is the BR02. I imagine the next one will be a BR03. Even though, what the fuck is a 2 representing? Is it a 2-inch driver? All right, that piece of thing is attached. 8 feet, a weird European power cord, speaker wire, batteries, remote, instruction manual. Don't put it on top of my Manchego cheese. This video is sponsored by Manchego cheese. Available mostly at Costco. Yes, I remember this. This is what the thing. Anything else could fall out of here. Before the tape gives up and it falls into the floor. Okay. I don't have my, where's my kniffy? There it is, I found it. That was a perfect drop. That was a perfect drop. It fell into the box. It was, oh, what a fucking, I'm like I'm a boxer and shit. I just changed the blade last review, or last unboxing. So now it's fucking sharp. As another professional unboxing thing, I absolutely ate a buttered pretzel bun over here. So it's just covered in butter. I'm just throwing away the bags for the grills. There's no fucking way that I'm gonna remember these or keep them around. They're all ripped. Like as soon as you open them, they're like ripped. It like opens like a Christmas gift. So, if you buy these in the yard sale or have to return them and Triangle's wondering where the fuck did those bags go, these are an interesting like dark tweed. Dark tweed. Sounds like a band name. Not a very good band either. Like that knife literally touches it, it's like an explosion. I can see the seam. Or is that a scratch? It might be a scratch. I didn't cut this. Defending myself right now. Oh, it's the same on this one too. These are the bottoms, so that might be... That's weird. This one's further over than that one. Either way, it's very, very impressive looking fake veneer. Unless it's real wood veneer. Not that I could smell it. It's got the grain texture and everything. Yep, I know what you are. You're a Borea. Green. Wood with dark green and dark green rubber. That is so strange. What a strange fucking thing. So you just get regular terminals on this, which means this is just a regular speaker. However, we're not sure 100% if they're not DSP correcting the output of the amplifier, which will be on this unit. These are very cold, by the way. Oh, there's your, I thought it was dirt. It's just the indicator coming through the vinyl. It's very weird. It's like it's punched through from the rear and they didn't clean it up. So we have got what? Input volume, knob, phono or line selector, auxiliary input, sub out, optical in, and coaxial in. Even though they should really, this whole point of the shading is to indicate what something is in or an out. Like on the back of a receiver, there's multiple things that are ins and multiple things that are outs. So you shade the outs. These are all just shaded. There's your left out, there's your ground for your phono preamp, power plug, Bluetooth, analog, RCA, mini, optical, and coaxial. Optical's purple. I like that. Let's put it on. Let's put these down. Put the grillies. I don't hate the, oh, you know what? I do hate the way those look. Because it's just hovering over it. Like this is just floating away from the speaker. And I could totally still see the edge of the driver silver around it. It's like when you put a flap over like a leaf over your dick. It's like I could still see your balls. I could still see your balls. They look very nice though. So we'll see how these cope with the Zeos treatment of, Jesus, I just brought 3 pairs of speakers downstairs, 2 of which I've already, 3 of which I've reviewed. So now I'm going to review you and do sound demos. So anyway, I'll come back to this later with more knowledge and wisdom. And Manchego cheese, sponsor of this video, one of the world's greatest cheeses, originating from